This week on the Spotlight, young Frank Thomas, circa 1991, talks on our show. Then we take you to championship trivia action from just a few weeks back at the Sock. And then we take you to 1992 action, Blackhawks Spectacular. They were very good then. And Thabo Sefolosha, one of the finest defensive players I know, this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Gilhooly's for my trivia game, 3901 West 103rd Street, St. Xavier Campus, Friday, March 1st at 8 p.m. Music, movies, TV, sports, and requests. Great food, great drinks, great people at Gilhooly's. I'll see you there. We're back on the Spotlight, and we have late third quarter action from the championship match at the Sock here on the Spotlight. The roadies are up.
Name the categories again, please.
There's only one right now. So here you go. B.B. Newworth birth year within 2. 5 seconds.
52.
52 is too far back. Must not look good to you. We go to 00 Night Out. 5 seconds. 58, you get it. It's a 90. Brings it to 950. Pinball is up. Pinball. B.B. Buell had an 8-year relationship with this rocker. Who is it?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler was about a 3-night stand. We go to JMB. Todd Rundgren is correct. In fact, there was a mistaken identity of a child because of this. 100. 1120. And we are through 3 quarters of play. These are the scores. You got Sock Pinball 12-10. JMB 11-20. You got 80 Free at 980. You got Karen's Killers at 960. You got 00 Night Out 950. You got the Baja Men 920. And the roadies will start the 4th quarter. There's food available. Strongly recommend a little snack if you want it. So let's get to the 4th quarter of the championship match here on the Spotlight. The 2018 Cleveland Browns have the best record since they went 10-6 in what year of the 2000s? And you got to be within 2.
2001.
2001 is too far back. We go to 00 Night Out.
2005.
07, you get it. 100. It brings you to 1050, and you're the 3rd team over 1,000. We go to pinball. In 1985, there's an article about pitcher John Tudor, who was shown on skates in an NHL uniform, the same city uniform as the baseball team he played for. Which hockey jersey was he wearing?
St. Louis Blues.
The Blues is correct. 120. So you climb to 1330. JMB. 140 free. 1260. Well, it's the last free of the night. Karen's Killers are up. In 2018, in golf, he'd won two U.S. Opens, this guy, BK, and yet women were coming up to him and handing him the camera and say, "Take a picture of me and Johnson." Who's BK? Going. So sorry. We go to Bahaman. Brooks Koepka's right. It's a 160. Brings you to 1,080. You're the fourth team over 1,000. 80 free can go over 1,000 here. What are you playing?
Sports and everything.
National Geographic and BB. 1985, November 25th. The offensive player of the week in the AFC was an Eastern quarterback who threw 5 touchdown passes. Initials KOB. Five seconds.
Kenny O'Brien.
That's correct. That's 33 years ago, 180. So you go to 1160, and now we have 5 teams over 1,000. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furlan, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Frank Thomas, sitting at 521 career home runs and clean throughout his career, is looking for work. I hope he can find a DH job. This is one of the first interviews I did with him.
What's the feeling like here now with everybody pounding the ball?
It's a great feeling to come to the ballpark knowing that, you know, the team, you don't carry any ball club, and that's great for any player to know that he's not carrying a ball club. We got a lot of guys 1 through 9 can carry this team any given night. So I think the focus right now is just staying consistent and all of us just playing as hard as possible.
Can you liken this to any other sports experiences of yours where you feel things coming together, you slow start, but then it's all going on all cylinders?
I've had this feeling before in a couple past ball clubs I've been on, and, you know, I just think it's a matter of time for any team to get going, and I think right now we're riding a streak, and we just got to continue to play hard. That's the only thing we can't control, and that's our effort on the field. We can't sit back and worry about Minnesota because they're a great team too, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen in these final 2 months.
Are you aware that when it comes down to crunch time, you play them something like 6 times out of your last 2 weeks?
That'd be great, and hopefully we'll be right there. I would love to be tied going into that series, so, I mean, the pressure could be really on.
Well, as long as we're speculating about the end of the year, your buddy Bo is traveling with the team now every day and is here all the time. Some people have speculated that to activate him for the playoffs, he'd have to play the last week of August. You think that's a fair target?
You know, we can't really worry about that right now, but Bo's doing really well. It's very encouraging to see him running right now. I saw him out today, and I was very impressed. I mean, he was pulling the strength trainer along with him, and I've seen him out on the football field do those things, so I think his health is coming around, and he could be a positive influence on his ball club.
A definite steroid offender and a guy who lied to Congress, Rafael Palmeiro. When he played for Texas, I talked to him, and I don't know what else to say. Just look at it and tell me what you think.
Last year, I think you firmly established yourself as a top 10 kind of hitter, all-star caliber player, and I'm just trying to find out if, after a year like you had last year, pitchers are changing their approach to you at all, because, I mean, the numbers don't indicate that you're having any problem.
I don't know if they've made any adjustments. I feel like they're still pitching me the same way. You know, they try to come inside every once in a while, off speed. That's really what everybody's doing. I just try to stay back and see the ball and try to put the bat on it.
Many of the Chicago fans know you as part of that incredible trio in college with Will Clark and Bobby Thigpen on that super college powerhouse team, but maybe a lot of people don't know that you're one of 3 people who've been active in the major leagues in the last 5 years or so, born in Cuba. Can you briefly tell us a little bit about your transition to the United States, or were you too young to remember that?
Well, I was only 5 years old when I came over here, so I can't say much about that. You know, I've lived most of my life here. I grew up in Miami, so I never really had a chance to see what it was like back in Cuba, so I don't know what to say.
I should point out to trivia fans that Jose Canseco and Nelson Santavania and the Montreal organization are the other guys. With Cuba being front and center now with this new political changes and them in the Pan Am Games, do you have an opportunity to correspond with any relatives or have access to people that you wouldn't otherwise have been able to speak to?
No, not really. I mean, I have a brother in Cuba that couldn't come with us when we first came here, but I really don't have any connections with him right now. That's about all I can say.
Raph, to wrap up, I just want to get a feel from you about this race and the Rangers and maybe a little bit of rivalry with some of the other clubs near the top. Minnesota's gotten out to a tremendously hot run here, and the White Sox are on their tail. Where do you see the Rangers fitting in with the rest of these guys?
Well, I hope that we can stay with those 2 teams you just mentioned. We've done a pretty good job so far. We've had some bad luck against the White Sox, I would say. We've had some games where we've had the lead in the 9th and they've come back and beat us. But, that's going to happen. And when you have a team like the White Sox, a team that's hungry to win, they're going to do that to a lot of teams. But, hopefully we can overcome that and get hot again like we did earlier in the season, win 8 to 10 games in a row, get back in it, and hopefully put it together and win it.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Bidkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
Welcome to another edition of the Benkowski Sports Spotlight, and I know you're wondering, where are they this week? Well, it's not any of the Chicago stadiums. We're here at the Chicago Sports Authority, the place to go for all kinds of sporting materials, kind of like what I'm wearing. It is a very classic sweat or sweater, wear it either way, Chicago Bears logo. After the victory, I'm proud to wear it. Of course, we're at Harlem and Higgins on the northwest side of Chicago. Easy to reach off the banks of the Kennedy Expressway. And we'll be displaying more of the materials and the wide variety of items they have here at the Chicago Sports Authority a little later on in the program. But first, we're going to start the show with Blackhawks coverage. The Hawks have been playing very well. Ed Belfour is the reigning NHL Player of the Week. And I was at the game against the New York Islanders, a game that the Hawks didn't start very well. Things broke bad midway through the first period. This Hawk apparent power play goal was disallowed, and then it got worse. The Isles scored. A quick one, and it was 1-0 New York. Sandwiched around a Jeremy Roenick goal, the Islanders again to take a 2-1 lead early in the second period. When Steve Larmer scored, he cut the Isles' lead to 3-2, and Ed Belfour played brilliantly in goal to keep the Hawks in it. Steve Smith would score. The game winner, Greg Gilbert, the empty netter to clinch it. Let's talk to Steve Smith.
Didn't try to do anything too fancy, just got it through to the net. Hope we got a bounce off the goalie's pads and put it into an empty net off the side.
Personally, how do you like shooting from the point?
Well, there's no doubt that anytime you can chip in on as part of the team, it's gratifying. But I think that with a partner like Chris, he draws so much attention, it leaves me open, and I just get pucks through. I'm not trying to score goals, not trying to do anything fancy except get the pucks through and hope forwards can jump on rebounds.
Jeremy, in the last couple of weeks, you guys, despite any slump you had, have played quite well. Do you see any similarities to any point late last season or any of that playoff streak you were on? Any of the play you've had in the last couple of weeks?
Well, like I said before, it doesn't matter who's in the slump. If you're winning hockey games, you really shouldn't look at the personal things. That's our main objective in this locker room is to win hockey games, to be number one in the league, to be number one in the division, and win the Stanley Cup. And it takes 25 guys, whether you're playing or you're not playing, to win hockey games. And just because one guy isn't scoring and one guy isn't doing the job, it doesn't mean that you're not going to win hockey games. And I have a lot of proud guys in this locker room that are going to stand behind me when I'm feeling a little bit down, and we're going to still win hockey games no matter what.
Physically, how close are you to 100%?
I don't know. Obviously there are a lot of things that are bothering me, but you can play through those things, and you work hard, and they kind of get your mind off things. But you're never 100% when you're in the season like we go through. There's a lot of bumps and bruises, and you just have to make sure you take care of yourself.
Gotta appreciate Jeremy Roenick's work ethic. Now, Saturday night, the Blackhawks played brilliantly, shutting out Minnesota. Then they were back at the stadium for a strange afternoon. Jeff Altschul was there for the spotlight.
For us, it's just, we go out there and have some fun with the kids and relax a little bit, so it was a great day.
Last night, of course, a tremendous performance against the North Stars up in Minnesota. A shutout. Today, a shutout in the skills competition. Do we see this streak going?
Well, we're just going to keep working hard, and, if we get the breaks and we're in the groove, then hopefully, we'll get the odd shutout now and again. The guys play a great defensive game in front of me, and that makes it a lot easier to get the shutouts like last night. So, all the credit goes to the guys in front of me.
And Ed Belfour would go on to win a Stanley Cup as a member of the Dallas Stars. See you next week. You've got to get to my newest show, X's and O's, live trivia alternate Fridays at 6 p.m., 7800 West 79th Street. Music, movies, TV, sports, great food, and great drink. See you there. Lenny Q's Barbecue. Trivia, alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Daily specials. Catering, too. It's at the Lansing Municipal Airport, 3249 Airport Drive. I'll see you over there. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon. They cut hair for men, women, and kids, and I'm among them. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins welcome. Easy to reach at 125th and Western Avenue. Maybe I'll see you there. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, OPM, 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people, everything great. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon. They cut hair for men, women, and kids, and I'm among them. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins welcome. Easy to reach at 125th and Western Avenue. Maybe I'll see you there. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Moments where you feel like you walked into the classroom, and I'm always trying to learn a little, so I'll watch with you. We're watching, of course, Philadelphia, and this is a team that's ahead of you in the standings. What do you notice about them offensively?
They play hard every possessions. They really, all the offense go through Iguodala, so he a big part of their offense, and they got big guys there too, so they can do some stuff close to the basket.
Yeah, I've seen a few desperation shots here at the end of the 24. That's probably not their main part of their offense, but you will have a pretty tough assignment.
Yeah, definitely. They're a great team. They got Iguodala, they got Carney, who can shoot, pretty well and attack the rim. They got that Titus Young, who's pretty good too. So they got players, at the guard position. So got to be ready tonight.
Yeah, and this is true for any night. As you are in this stretch run of the final couple weeks, what is the thinking on your team? When you talk to your teammates, what is the attitude you have to try to move up in the standings that was maybe different today than it was 2 weeks ago?
There's a sense of urgency. We got 19 games left, and we're not in the playoff right now. So we all try to make it. So we know what we have to do: win games.
Do you think that if that sense of urgency existed 6 weeks ago, that it wouldn't be this tense of a situation?
I don't know, maybe, but I think we all wanted to win, since the beginning of the year, and we didn't really quite know how to do that, with the team we had for some reason. So I think now, we really got to play a little bit with the new guys and all this, and I think we all like, playing with them, and they really, help the team. So I think we're ready right now to really make a run and, get to the playoffs.
They say a trade sometimes is a jolt for a team, a wake-up call. Did you sense that after the big trade?
Kind of, at the beginning of the year, we all thought, that we'll be there for a long time, going to the playoff and all this and that, and he didn't go as well as we thought it would be. So when player got traded and all this, we really felt like, okay, maybe we need to change something, and it was kind of a wake up call, definitely.
So what you're sort of saying is there, in a way, it was almost like group overconfidence. You felt that that solid playoff run last year would just duplicate itself.
Not really, but I think we just didn't quite know how to win games anymore. For some reason, I don't know what it was, I don't think it was overconfident. I think, you know, we all know that we have to work hard for every win that we get. So no team will just, you know, lay down for us and give us the win. So we know we got to go out there and play hard, and we didn't quite do that for a couple of games.
Well, certainly, since maybe we talked last year, with more minutes, you know, and health, maybe most importantly, you know, how have you felt in the last couple of games?
Felt pretty good. I had a stretch of games, you know, where I was starting. I was feeling very, very good, and I think, you know, I was able to help the team a little bit more. So I was happy and confident about, you know, my role in the team.
What element of offense are you pleased with at this stage? And in the stretch, which element of your offense are you most anxious to improve?
I think I'm never satisfied, so I gotta, you know, improve on every aspect of my offense. You know, shooting, going to the basket, the dribbling, and just the mental part of it. You know, find open players and you know, make smart decisions.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned decisions. I was going to ask about that because it seems to me that smart decisions is what gets people into the final minutes of the game, you know, where it is decided.
Yeah, that's true. And just, you know, being sure with the ball, no turnovers, you know, in the crucial times and all this. That's really important, especially at the end of the game.
Well, these are the things we'll be watching for. If there's one thing that basketball fans out there should watch about the Bulls, what will you predict that they will see in these next 3 weeks or so?
Just a lot of intensity on the court. We're fighting, so stay with us because we're fighting, and we need you, and stay behind us.
Well, I started dancing with an anti-drug dance company called Bazaar, and that was all through high school and college. And then on the collegiate level, I danced on my college dance team, so traveled around with their basketball team, the men's and women's, and I'm actually now the coach of DePaul's dance team as well. So,
wow, that's a lot to jam into a schedule. And tell us about the next level of your pageant. I think it's coming up in April.
I'll be actually leaving in 1 week. We compete for about 2.5 weeks in Las Vegas, and the finals will be aired on NBC April 11th.
Okay. You have every fact down. You're a promotional dream in that sense. And then, if you were to win that would make you Miss USA. Yeah. And the next level is
Miss Universe, which will be actually held in Vietnam this year. Wow. So that'll be an experience of a lifetime if I get that opportunity.
Well, we wish you the best, and a very noble cause today in what you're doing, and we'll have all our folks out in TV land rooting for you as well.
Definitely, thank you.
Good meeting you.
Nice to meet you, thank you.
And we'll be back with more on the Spotlight next week. You've got to get to Moods Bar and Grill, a great place where I do trivia alternate Wednesdays. Exit 19 off I-94 in Portage, Indiana. Great food, great drink, and especially great people. They've weathered some tough storms. When the weather is worse, they show up the best. Moods Bar and Grill in Portage. This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there, like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to go for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212. Huck Finn Restaurants, a huge menu, open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 105th and Cicero, and 67th and Pulaski. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.